evening, everyone. This is CY once again. Yep. Today, I didn't. Today and yesterday, I didn't make any videos because I was actually thinking what should I do next after tilting my DF64 by 10 degree, and I have a lot of my buyers for DF64 has been asking me to do some review on the two of the ND popcorn discs, which you can find on Thingiverse, which is actually the website where 3D printers enthusiasts actually share all the free files, free 3D printed files on that website. Is called Thingiverse, right? Tingiverse, right? If you are interested, you can actually go there and look at it, right? It's a depository for all the work that people like me, which is passionate about 3D printing, and we want to share the design with everyone freely, so that if you have a 3D printers, you can actually download it and print it for yourself. And the two 3D files which I've already printed is this two, right? So that's the first one, right? I will link in the comment later on, right? Where to download this, right? This is the first one, right? You can see the design is actually very slim, right? The center is actually held on by two horizontal bar here, right? Which is actually a very neat design, right? This is the profile is much lower, as you can see, right? You can see this is a very nice design, right? And the second one that I have is actually this one, right? I'm just going to review these two today and see which one is better, or which one is actually easier to use, I would say, rather than which one is better, right? This one has a funnel at the center, right? And you can see that there's a hole at the bottom, and when you deposit bits inside, the hole, the blank surface here is supposed to help you prevent the coffee beans from bouncing out, right? So let's see how the two differs in function with each other. Let's see how it performs, right? So this is CY once again. Thank you for watching my channel, right? If you haven't subscribed to my channel is all about having fun making coffee. And because I'm also a 3D printing enthusiast, I do a lot of 3D printing. I started 3D printing about 5 years ago, and I've fallen in love with it every day, right? And I incorporate 3D printing into my coffee business as well. So if you have been following my channel, right, I actually did a lot of modification to a lot of grinders as well as machine, especially the brewing machine, right, which I've done quite a lot of mods on it. So stay tuned, right? Let's see how this functions, right? Right, let's look at the first one. So this is how the first one looks like. Okay, in a close-up. So it basically has a funnel shape here, and it allows the beans to slide in, and then you can see that the back surface here actually prevent the coffee beans from popcorning out, and the installation is actually quite easy. So basically you can see that okay, my grinder, I probably have to dust in a little bit, right? So maybe before you insert, right, you clean off the surface of the inner surface of the center aluminum part, and what you can do is just slide in and press down, and it's done, right? So the design is actually it is a very neat design. And now let me try to drop some beans and show you how it works. Okay, now let's see how it grinds. Okay, let's see how it grinds. Okay, the previous video video shot was actually not the way that it's supposed to be done, I believe. Right, I think the right way to do it is actually what you can do is you can insert this directly into your bellow, right, and you insert this directly inside here, right, and you can see, okay, that now if you open up your top of a bellow, right, let me bring you closer to see. Now you can see that if you drop the bin this way, there will be no bins that will be popcorning out. So let's try to drop some bins and let you see. Right, so you can see the funnel is quite a neat feature. It allows all the bin to move around the funnel and drop directly inside, right? And if I now grind it, close it now, and everything is out. So I think this is the right way to use it. And when you remove your bellow, right, the funnel actually comes out together with your bellow, right? I can still hear some ringing there, means there's still some bins that's stuck in between. Right, normally by a few blow, it should remove the sound. Right, so I believe that's the way to use this. So I think it's probably quite well designed, this one. And I think the designer of this anti-popcorn disc has taught it quite well. Right, you can see that there's actually a recess area here, right, for the bellow to be inserted. Right, so you can see from my first video shot, I drop the bin this way and the bins actually drop inside the holes here, right? So to use this design effectively, you need to install your bellow on top of it directly, right? Okay, look, let's see the second version, right? This is the second version. So the installation is quite similar, right? So it just slide in all the way, right? Let me change the camera angle and give you a better view, right? So you can see the design is this. It requires less material as compared to this, right? Let's see how it functions. Right, same thing. I think they design to a certain depth, right, so that your your bellow can actually fit on top directly, right? So let me open the bellow and let you see. So now if you see inside there, right, you can see that the center there's actually a cone shape, right, which is very similar to the one you see in Eureka Mignon Specialita and some other grinders, whereby they have a center catch to prevent the bins from popcorning. So let's see how it goes. Let's get some bins, right? Right, so it doesn't obstruct the bins from going down, so it's pretty good. So let's try to see how it grinds. Okay, let's try to grind in slow motion and let you see the situation of the popcorning. Okay, so after you see those two slow motion shot on the antique popcorn disc, I'm sure you have something in your mind, and you know which one actually works better. In my personal opinion, right? I think because the holes of this one is larger, right? So it allows more popcorning as compared to, right? Let me as compared to this one, right? As compared to this one, right? You can see the ring here is smaller, the entrance is smaller, right? Hence it allows lesser popcorning, right? So I think this one is slightly better in terms of design in preventing the popcorning, right? As compared to this one, right? But not saying that this is not as good. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to mod this design and create a larger centerpiece, right? I'll create a larger centerpiece so that the ring, the empty space here will be covered, and it still allow the coffee bean to slide in. But I think the two holes here are too big, right? If with a larger blocking these at the center, right, it should do a much better job, right? So let me try to mod this and see whether it can be improved or not, right? So I think that's all the video I have for you today. And I have just saw the James Hoffman video on the DF64, right? I realized that he has some issues with the silicone declumper. Yeah, I agree with him that the declumper is actually a pain, and I will try to remove it as well on the declumper, the silicone declumper. And I will try to open up the machine and try to remove it, and if I can, I'll try to do a tutorial on how to remove the declumper. And second thing is James says that his polyfilter will tend to slip out, right? This can be solved easily, right? Let me show you how. Right, you can see that this sleeve, right? The machine only comes, the machine actually comes with the sleeve attached on top, right? And they actually give you two more sets of sleeve, another pair that you can actually connect. You can actually slide in for the bottom one. You can just remove the top one and slide it to the bottom one, and this will prevent the your dosing cup or your polyfilter from sliding out. And it's a very simple thing to do, right? So that will help you preventing your polyfilter or the dosing cup from dropping out easily, right? If you insert both, as I mentioned in my previous video, it will be too tight, right, for you to insert your dosing funnel, right? You can see that my dosing funnel will never slip out because the sleeve is now at the bottom, and it provides pretty good frictions on that, right? And I think for the case of Singapore, right, I'm not too sure about UK. I do not get that much of static build-up on the machine because Singapore is a very humid country. So I think if you stay in the tropical region like Singapore, whereby it's very hot and humid, you have a lesser issue on the static issue, right? Whereby the coffee ground will just attach to the body, right? As you can see that I grinded at least 3 to 4 times on this machine, and you can see that that's the amount of static I have on the surface, right? There's not much actually collected there, and I don't use the drop of water, right? I don't see the need for me at the moment, right? But if you are living in probably a drier country, you probably need a squeeze of water to actually help you to reduce the static issue, right? Alright, so that's all I have for you today. This is CY once again, right? Do subscribe to my channel if you feel that my content is useful to you, and remember to subscribe and like my videos. And I hope you have enjoyed my session today. Thank you for watching, and see you very soon. One thing to before I forget, right? I think in Singapore the price difference between these two is a lot higher, right? The niche I got it for 1,004, right? This one you can get it from me at about 565 for ready stock. So you can see the difference in price. I think between 1,004 and the DF64, which you can get it from Singapore at about $500 to $600, right? You can see the price difference there is almost double, more than double, right? Again, if you get it from like what James says, right, if you get this from local authorized dealer, which is myself, right, you can get it with warranty, and all the duty has been paid off, right? So you get it net ready stock price at $565. However, if you get a niche, you probably get about $900 US, right? Get it shipped to Singapore. You have to pay shipping, and you have to pay the import duties, right? So everything add up is going to cost double of the DF64 in Singapore. So you are the buyer, right? You can think about this. So thank you. See you very soon.